I'm going to play the episode back at half speed.
Oh, why at half speed?
Just so that the visuals just continuously play at a good, decent pace.
At an erotic pace.
Like just, yeah.
Yeah, very erotic that way.
Yeah. They're like,
yeah, that's the most erotic sound I've ever heard, Ricardo.
Yeah. That part where Geordi's getting shocked, it'll be extra erotic because he's convulsing slowly.
You know what kind of vibes this gave me? Remember when RoboCop was having erotic dreams and he's like, remember part
were
one?
They erotic dreams?
No, I imagine they were erotic dreams, but
I think it was just dreams of his family, right?
I mean, they've juxtaposed that like scene or GIF like along with implications of receiving head and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
RoboCop is full of exploitable stuff.
Comes from.
Yeah. But yeah, let's in there. Let's do it.
Banger opener, guys.
This was kind of a bummer episode. Kind of a downer.
Just turn off the podcast now, everyone.
We did it. We did what we came here to do. I'm convinced.
But yeah, this fucking week we watched Interface.
In her face.
Well, his mom's dead, so
yeah.
I barely know her face.
But I found out that important news, hot off the press.
Oh,
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Geordi are brothers.
Yeah, see, you kept saying that in the chat.
Kept saying that.
Like,
you kept saying that in Discord, and I'm like, are you saying that the lady who played Geordi's mom played Will Smith's mom at some point?
The dad.
Oh, his dad.
The dad.
Wait, is it the dad that left?
Yeah, the deadbeat trucker dad.
Really?
For real?
The deadbeat trucker dad.
It's him. So we should explain. So the actor who plays Will Smith's deadbeat dad in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the guy who's playing Geordi's dad in this episode. So in my mind, I can't separate fiction from real life. So they are now brothers.
The universe is cross.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's funny because immediately when I saw him in the little screen, I'm like, oh my God, Will Smith's dad, what the fuck is he doing here? And then I had to double check.
Like, not loving Will Smith, that's for sure.
He's like here raising a
kind
future
of being
kid. And he left his human kid.
Yeah, he just went off into the future.
Yeah.
Such a deadbeat. He just traveled forward in time.
Yeah. And traveling in time made him a better person, but he's still a deadbeat on Earth. So
I mean, he's still encouraging of losing parents.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, my bit of casting trivia for the episode was going to be that it's actually a Roots reunion because
that's true.
Geordi,
yeah,
LeVar Burton, his mom, and his dad were all in Roots. So
yeah, but I don't think it's important as this. Also,
it's not as important. The Roots is not as important as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's for sure.
Also, he's also brother. Geordi's also could be half brother. Could be the mom from Geordi's mom is also plays the mom in Coming to America.
Oh right, okay,
that's where I recognize her from.
Yeah,
okay.
So Geordi might have half brother.
Right.
So LeVar's got history with these people.
Yeah, dude.
So what Ricardo is saying is all black people are related and look alike.
I didn't say they look like that. You added that. I just said they're related.
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
I mean, Ricardo's not wrong. These people played these characters.
Few people know this, but Kevin Bacon is actually black.
Take your clip out of context. Actually, Ricardo's right. They're all related. No, I love this trivia. The episode because of the trivia. I think
that's why.
That's the only reason to appreciate it.
This gives it half a point up.
Just because of Will Smith.
That's a fair way to modify scores.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Well, in case
in the cool suit he gets to wear, this I don't know.
Yeah, like it's kind of a neat outfit.
Yeah.
Although it's like very low tech in a weird way.
I mean, I'm glad it looks like that and not like a bunch of white balls.
Yeah.
It turns out like they accidentally predetermined like tracking suit balls on a.
Yeah, or if that was like how the technology was understood at the time, they might have tried to approximate it.
Yeah, but they did like the typical Add a bunch of wires to leotard approach.
Well, they just basically stole the idea from the Lawnmower Man. Look up the Lawnmower Man.
It does seem very Lawnmower Man-y.
Yeah. I guess so.
Lights.
Yeah. They're always stealing from the Lawnmower Man, dude.
Hey, he looks like he could cut grass.
But the funny part is the Lawnmower Man suit actually looks more high tech than the one in the interface.
Well,
the interface one looks pretty low tech.
If they had a movie budget, I would hope.
Yeah. But that's still funny though, because like interface is very clearly just a bunch of like piping tubed around like a leotard, and Lawnmower Man has lighting, and it's like very specifically following like muscular structure and stuff.
I like how it's simple but effective design. It gets the point across well. I dig it.
Yeah, it's funny because some of the ends of the wires you can just tell is just an Ethernet cable end. And
well, they probably weren't Ethernet cables at the time.
No, Ethernet cables would have existed. So I think
for like prop departments to be using,
or maybe it's like a phone cable. It could be like the end of like a phone line cable, you know. So it does look quite a bit like.
I doubt it's a Cat 5. Let's say
no. But yeah, it's interface. The episode where Geordi tries to save his mom using a VR suit.
Yeah, this is very VR.
I still don't know how he's touching things. Like he keeps touching things when he's in the probe, and I'm like,
don't worry about it.
Why? How?
See, I would have personally preferred a dumb special effect where they hooked up LeVar Burton to like a wire harness and floated him down the set as though he was the probe.
Yeah,
but
for some reason they want you to fully commit to the idea that the probe projects some sort of version of Geordi that requires like stepping around.
Yeah, when the synchro rate is high enough.
Yeah.
This is just Eva.
Yeah, it's a very odd idea because like why even have a probe?
Do you have any notes on this episode? Like do they try like doing the VR like hanging him to float?
Mm-mm.
And then they're like LeVar Burton gets fucking
why not a remote controlled bot with like a viewfinder and stuff like that?
So apparently the original conceit of it was that supposed to be you only see the probe when it's in like the remote area. And you cut back to Geordi for emotional stuff. But apparently the director, Robert Weimer, or Weimer, it's spelled Wiemer.
More like Weiner.
He didn't like that idea because he was like,
it made emotional scenes with like a probe.
Yeah, how do you have an emotional scene with the probe next to his mom?
Well, we know that that's possible now. I mean, we have the cars and Wall-E and whatever everyone gets emotionally attached to.
I like how your first example was Cars.
I want the version where Lightning McQueen like finds his mom on the ship.
That's why I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Cars?
Mom, what are you doing here? Ka-chow.
I don't know. Just like inanimate objects. Or like what's the beetle? The beetle that does all that's like kind of human. Herbie? Yeah, Herbie.
The beetle.
You know the car.
The VW Beetle.
Did I make this up? The Beetle that has like a
fully loaded. Lindsay Lohan drove it.
Yeah.
You're talking about Optimus,
which was a remake of another movie.
Transformers Beetle?
No, that's Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie's the original live action.
No, Herbie the movie, the Beetle. The Beetle, the car.
Yeah,
fully loaded.
The
car.
How can we say Herbie, but we say herbs?
We say herbs.
Herbs?
I say herbs.
British people say herbs.
Is it?
I say herbs. I don't like saying herbs.
There's an H on it.
Herbs?
Yeah, I don't say herbs.
I don't say Herbie.
But Herbie. Okay, so what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. Was the car possessed, or like what was the crux of the car being?
It had like a soul,
have human qualities.
Yeah,
I think
it had like a soul.
Did it turn out that it was like the soul of a mom?
What?
Why is Herbie
I'm just trying to
car
connect
alive?
It back to Epic.
I actually don't know. Was it possessed like Chucky or like what?
No,
what are
you're talking about Christine.
No, Herbie.
Christine.
It's Herbie.
No, but I'm saying Christine was possessed. But
Herbie.
I don't know.
So apparently, Herbie is alive because it has some sort of connection to another universe. That's apparently the explanation.
So maybe it's like a Transformers sentient thing kind of thing.
No, these Transformers are sentient because they are a living thing. Whereas Herbie is some sort of magical living car that is connected to another universe. Are you saying
Herbie is kind of like these aliens in this fucking episode?
Yeah, kind of.
It just like kind of reminded me of like how, we were saying why not just have the probe be in the shots instead of Geordi, and it made me think like, oh, you said the director said there wouldn't be a good emotional connection, but I'm like, we've forged emotional connections with objects,
To be fair, I think this was during a time where people still had more like traditional conceptions of what emotional connections are necessary. And like, for example, a thing I always remember.
And then people would be like, yeah, is this fucking robot a girl or a boy, dude? Because if it's a boy, then it's gay, and we don't like this.
Well, because I remember Sam Raimi saying the reason why we gave Green Goblin in the comics, like the Spider-Man comics, is literally like a man who turned green and is shaped like a goblin. But the reason why in the movie it's like a suit where the eyes open is because he thought it was very important that we see Willem Dafoe's eyes, because otherwise how will we know what he's acting? And it's like, it turns out you didn't, but that's why we have this goofy like robot suit for a goblin outfit. But that's still, but that's like 1996. When did Spider-Man the movie come out? Like, so it's like, well,
Peter's mask would blow off every movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why Peter's mask also like shredded every movie during an emotional moment.
But his underwear stay in one piece
because he needed to see his eyes. That's the only reason.
Here's the thing: make the whole suit what the underwear are made out of.
Well, then you couldn't see through the eyes because that's some thick underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's a dated concept. I mean, obviously, but I get it. I guess.
I feel like
I don't want to see the mom hugging the fake mom hugging a probe. This works better.
Well, they did.
I do.
Yeah, I don't mind.
They didn't even have a physical touch in the episode, other than like her like attacking him. So so I mean, I feel like you could.
That sucks. Like he thought he saw his mom, but he never tried to hug her with the robot.
That's true. Yeah,
he didn't like her. He didn't
maybe that's not the type of relationship they have.
Yeah,
it did seem like he was emotionally distant from his parents.
Well, yeah, he went like 3 weeks,
but he didn't even say he didn't even salute her. Like, hey, with honors, Yeah, he didn't salute her at all.
Wait, he didn't even cry in this episode. There was
no tears. You don't have the ducks for the tears. You don't have them. Check them out.
Like he didn't even. Well, maybe he can't cry. I guess we're not sure. 100%.
The doves cry?
I mean, part of it is that he actually can't even grieve because he's like, I don't even think she's dead. To be fair,
I mean, it's still something to cry out over. Like if someone's missing or it's very emotionally traumatic for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw him without the eyes, without the visor, I thought we were gonna get Predator vision, dude. At one point, I was really disappointed.
This was the ultimate version of Predator vision, though.
I know, but we didn't see the spectral trail, so like. I'm going to take away half a point for that.
Yeah, there weren't any MTV music video filters on it.
Yeah, not one, dude.
But you saw it transition from blurry to black and white to color.
Black and white isn't Predator vision, dude. They're not old timey. They're not like, see, we're predators.
Yeah, maybe they are. No,
you don't. I'd watch that.
You don't know if the Predator was ever in a Charlie Chaplin movie.
I mean, they're already retconning that they were there during the Native American times.
I know. Yeah. What if there's a upcoming Predator sequel where Charlie Chaplin fights? Shit.
Dude, imagine Dutch is in the jungle and he's like, Billy's like, there's something in the trees. And then all you hear is now
I want a Predator movie where Scott Joplin's the hero and he takes down a predator while Maple Leaf Rag plays.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Or
I have a lot of dreams.
But Interface aired on October 4th.
We went deep into this before we even got going, dude. We have a lot of thoughts.
Just visually, really. It wasn't that deep. But it was October 4th of 19.
I mean, we're talking about moms hugging their sons and not being affectionate, but you don't think that's deep, dude?
That's not deep, no.
Oh my God, dude.
But this episode first aired on October 4th of 1993, which is only a day after the Deep Space Nine episode, The Circle. So we shall not be flying around the sun to head back in time to see what it felt like back then. However,
wormholes hogging them all.
I mean, we will know what it will feel like to listen to some sponsors, because our first sponsor is House of Wise, and House of Wise will get you high. Not really, actually. Unless, actually, if you get their THCA pre-rolls, that'll get you high. Yeah, but the CBD gummies, the CBD gummies will help with all sorts of other things that don't necessarily get you high, because that's not how CBD works. CBD isn't for getting hallucinogenic effects. CBD is to calm you down, really. So, they have CBD products that do all sorts of stuff. They help you sleep. They give you more energy for working out.
They should have named Wally CBD. Wally. And then he explains why he's always high and saying Wally.
Or
and why he sucks, dude.
Named him CBD 3PO.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be sick, dude.
Or CBDO.
Also, everyone, again, Ricardo inexplicably hates Wall-E, one of the greatest movies ever made.
It's one of the worst movies ever made. I saw the movie Elio, and I'm like, this is better than that shit fucking Wall-E.
I haven't seen Elio, so I can't weigh in here.
I feel like people said that it wasn't good. I don't know.
No,
no, they're right. That's not good.
No, it's the other one.
Yep,
Elio was good, dude.
One of the greatest movies ever made.
But they designed Eve after Apple products.
Yeah,
I just don't like. I don't like Wall-E himself, dude. I just fucking hate him, dude.
Why?
I don't know. It just look at I see the cover and it gets me angry, dude.
Why?
It makes me want to punch robots, dude. I don't know. There's something.
Maybe you have like a past life issue with.
I don't have a past.
I think Ricardo's just prejudiced against low tech robots.
Are you prejudiced against binoculars? Is that why?
Here's the thing: did a pair of binoculars hurt you? Dude, Marvin. I'm being honest. In Terminator 3, I was promised robots that would have breasts that would enlarge and lower themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you give me is fucking little robots delivering shit on the streets that look a lot like Wall-E. I don't want that shit, dude.
See, that's how I know you didn't even pay attention to the movie, because Wall-E doesn't deliver shit. He's a trash robot. He's not
I did see the movie. There's
now I don't know if you did.
And like the world is just fat because we relied on robots delivering our goddamn food. See?
Look, I don't think we should look to Pixar to continue the efforts of the Terminator franchise.
Also, the world isn't fat. That's a separate spaceship. The world is covered in trash.
Oh, that's I only watched it once, dude. I hated it. I hate it.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
Who's paying for this?
You know what you don't hate? House of Wise.
House of Wise.
A lot of unpacked trauma in that.
Yeah.
There's no trauma. I just don't like Wall-E, dude. I think he's a piece of shit, dude.
Well, granted, what did he ever do for you?
I know. He never picked up my trash.
I mean,
piece of shit robot.
He was trying. Yeah. He was just one little guy.
Yeah. and he hangs out with filthy cockroaches. What a dirty, awful character.
Bitch ass.
Yeah, that's a movie that has the cutest cockroach ever in a movie. That's a feat. That is.
If you can't smoke that roach,
propaganda is what it is.
Yeah.
But
House of Wise, dude. It's beautiful.
House of Wise will help you
House of Wise is the opposite of Wall-E. It's good.
House of Wise will help you get over the trauma of hating Wall-E and help you embrace Wall-E as a good movie.
You use it to sleep.
Me?
I use their sleep gummies. I sure do. And but
how many
the thing
do you
is,
take?
So it tells you to take 2 gummies per sleep. So you get a total of 10. No, because combined it gives you 5 milligrams of melatonin. So combined with the CBD. So yeah, that's
it works pretty well for you. You love it.
Yeah, it works better than the melatonin alone. The CBD gummies work within an hour, whereas the melatonin, I will tell Sarah I need 3 of these. And end up taking almost 40.
Yeah.
In order for it to work.
You don't want to.
I need the horse tranquilizer version of the weed.
But yeah, they offer all sorts of products. They have the in gummy form, chocolate form, candle form, pre-roll form, all sorts of stuff. All their products are cruelty free.
Balms?
I actually don't know. They might have balms. The thing is, they're rotating what they do all the time. My talking points tend to not be up to date for House of Wise because they're constantly changing up their stock, which is neat. It's a good reason to visit the website every once in a while and see what else they have.
It's kind of like the farmer's market. Like, you go to certain farmer's markets and they don't have the same thing because it's just what, you know?
A little bit. Actually, a little bit. Yeah, you kind of get that vibe, actually. It's one of those vendors where you kind of feel that vibe.
You know? It's like,
I think
farm to
actually,
table, dude.
I think actually it feels a bit seasonal.
Yeah.
It's also a woman-owned business, which is a nice bonus. So if you guys want to check it out, just head on over to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek, Newbie Star Trek in all caps, and use our promo code Newbie Star Trek to get 10% off your entire order, and you get free shipping on any order over $69. So again, head on over to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek and use our promo code Newbie Star Trek for 10% off your entire order.
Yeah.
And also, if you don't want people to know you went to a CBD website, you could, turn on your old ExpressVPN, open the old incognito browser, and bam. You can check out House of Wise that way. But ExpressVPN is nice because not only is it a super secure VPN, it's also super fast, like the name suggests. In fact, if you got one of those fast M series Macs, the M chips, like the M1, 2, those come with 10 gigabit NICs. And you're like, why would you need 10 gigabit? My internet can't even go that fast. And you're like, now it can. With ExpressVPN. Sorry, that's a misnomer. If your internet can already go that fast, ExpressVPN will keep up with that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
But you want to get a Mac. Get a Mac, dude.
But seriously, shockingly fast for a VPN. It's actually like industry leading. I was looking it up and I was like, oh,
it's 10 gigabit speeds
Apple
of VPNs.
For VPNs.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of people say like, oh, yes, VPNs don't necessarily on their own offer much security protection. It's actually part of a whole security suite you should be using for internet. However, ExpressVPN in and of itself does come with a lot of security features if you sign up for the 2-year plan. So the 2-year plan not only gets you an extra 4 months for free, it also comes with the entire Identity Defender suite, which is a bunch of stuff. Like it comes with a password manager, advanced protection blockers like ad blockers, tracker blockers, etc., ID alerts to make sure that your stuff isn't leaking onto the dark web. There's your social security and stuff like that. ID theft insurance, a credit scanner, kind of like Credit Karma. And for me, the biggest get, their data removal service, which is kind of like a Delete Me or an Incogni or an Optory, those services that make sure that your name and information is removed from all those data collection services to make sure you stop getting spam calls and spam emails and spam texts every election season.
Here's what I want. Can I make an appeal to ExpressVPN?
Oh.
Instead of data removal, look, it's gonna keep leaking out there, right? It's gonna keep going out there.
Right.
Don't delete the information. I want you to act like fucking Tony Soprano and go and you tell people that have my information, you got to pay the VIG, dude. You got this guy's info, you got to fork out $5 right now.
Or
you, other company, $5. Boom.
Pay us. I thought the idea could be seed them with bad info. Just be like,
that's what I thought you were going.
No, they already have the info, dude. You just want
no. Just fuck him up. Just fuck him up. Just be like, hey, it turns out Marvin is a dairy farmer in Iowa. Yeah. So
Marvin is 38 dairy farmers in Iowa.
All these people are dairy farmers in Iowa.
200 log cabins.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, if you guys want to check that deal out, you can go to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And again, if you sign up for 2 years, not only will you get that 4 months for free, you'll also get that Identity Defender suite. I know that 2 years sounds like a lot, but it ends up being only $5.35 a month, which is a pretty dang good deal, Get
out there, dude.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out for a month, and if you don't like it, you could just cancel it. They'll get your money back. Pretty good deal. So again, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years, you'll get 4 months for free. All right, Denise, let's get
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
It's actually been like a very long time since Denise Crosby has even shown up on the show. So it's kind of actually like quite a bit of temporal distance from her.
Yeah.
Like what does it even mean anymore?
We should have gotten somebody else to do that thing.
No, it's like the ghost of Denise. I feel like
it's, Venom. Like it's her Venom hologram. This episode's a little weird.
I feel like it's two separate ideas that don't mix super well together.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think it's sad. I think
it's sad. I
here's
agree.
Here's the thing with this episode.
His mommy might be dead. I mean, that's sad.
And
they don't know.
Mom's dead. My mom's dead already, and I'm living my best life. You know.
Yeah, you're not sad at all.
Yeah, I'm not sad at all, dude. Just fucking hate Wally.
So you were sad from the beginning, then, if you hated Wally. That's the thing.
Yeah. I must be sad. Here's the thing about this episode is that this is the 7th season. Did they know this was their last season already?
I believe so. Yes,
they would have.
Right?
Yeah, I think they knew, and then they without spoiling anything. The end of the series. Like,
when you
is
say without
intentional.
spoiling anything, I know you're going to spoil something immediately. It's like
saying, intentional.
I don't mean to offend you.
Right, that's like what I'm thinking of. I remember hearing that the finale was like a finale and not just like a stay tuned for next season.
The show doesn't just stop. It has an intentional ending. That's all.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, is what I'm saying, is that like, for it being the last season, like, this should have been a banger, you know what I mean? And this was like a weak episode, dude, for the last season. So this is a good like 4th season like episode.
Also, why did it take till season 7 for us to learn about Geordi's parents? I didn't know anything about his parents. I didn't even know they did all this.
I didn't know she was a captain, dude.
No, I didn't know any of that.
Now I have so many questions. Why didn't he go and serve under her?
He's a Nepo baby.
Would that be like an even more Nepo way of... You're the one always complaining fucking Wesley's a Nepo baby. That would make him even more of a Nepo.
Whenever we see them like visiting, like, oh, I'll do like I'll do a couple months on your ship just because like it'll be fun, you know?
Well, the thing is, it's because the writers, frankly, had no interest in exploring Geordi's family. So there's like an interesting... Because
he's black?
No, I think they just found it uninteresting. So there's like a blurb from Ronald Moore. So at this point, they spent a lot of...
That's pretty insulting. Sorry, LeVar Burton.
So at this point, they had spent a lot of time working on DS9. It was a lot of work to get it started. I mean, they went into
fucking Worf's parents. We know so much about Worf.
Yeah, I know. Two sets of parents.
Right?
I know, but so...
I would say we know too much about his parents.
Right?
So, okay, so they spent a lot of time... and energy setting up Deep Space Nine. And then they came back to TNG and they started working on TNG. By their own admission, they were creatively burnt out. They were kind of just going...
So they're tired, so they gave us shit episodes?
Well, they were kind of just going like, I feel like we're running out of ideas. The show is kind of going to end. We should really stop at this season. It's a good thing we are. Because
we should really get to know our characters' backstories at this point. Right at the end.
It like apparently the actual line is, I think it was a point. This is from Ronald Moore, so one of the principal writers. I think it was a point where we were in the room and we were talking about bringing Geordi's mother in, and we all kind of looked at each other and we were like, "This is sad. This is the best we can do. Is this the best we can do? Is Geordi's mother?" It was such a who cares idea that we were just sort of, oh man, this show has got to end. So like they
that's a pretty awful little summary there, soundbite.
Because I don't agree.
Interview.
I don't.
You can make something of that, character. Like there's a lot of stuff you could do.
I mean, I think it makes sense, and I find the backstory interesting. I just don't know why this late in the series.
Because again, they just weren't interested before, and now they're like, well, it's I disagree with his opinion. I feel like it's always interesting to explore the backstory of any character if you like work at it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why they feel this way about Geordi in particular when they've explored Riker's backstory, Worf's backstory, Picard's backstory, Troy's backstory. They haven't really gone into Beverly's backstory necessarily outside of her husband, I guess. But like, I don't get it.
They're scared. People get turned off.
But I just find it interesting
maybe she comes later in this series.
Data's backstory. Like every character's backstory has something except Geordi. The only things we knew about Geordi before this was that he grew up blind and he's afraid of fire. And that's kind of
that's more or less it.
Which is crazy in this episode because he's around fire a lot.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, this episode he's forced to approach fire a lot, and then his mom disappears in a gust of fire. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, like this was yet another random new alien species trying to survive plot, but this time the aliens look like fire, like hellfire, which was an interesting choice, I thought.
Yeah, considering his backstory, and he's afraid of fire, so I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a weird set up, and it feels like it's two completely separate ideas that don't go together. It's less than the sum of its parts, because you have the interface idea, which is one thing, and then you have Geordi's mom is missing and him grieving over that. And they try to muddle it together with there's an alien manifesting his mom, but ultimately I'm not quite sure why they should go together. It does feel like a random idea to throw Geordi's mom in there. I feel like you could have dedicated an episode to him grieving about his mom versus
I can appreciate the somewhat realistic back and forth of this is duty and Geordi, the probabilities at play here are all against you, and we are a structured organization that has hierarchy and rules and orders and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that felt really real. The part that felt very real to me was him holding on hope, because he's just like, bro, we don't have a fucking body. I'm not gonna just say
absolutely.
she's we're gonna have a funeral. We're gonna fucking seal this up. Done, delivered. She's dead. Just felt very we don't have a body. We don't have wreckage. Why we're a little ahead of ourselves here, aren't we?
I agree with his dad though.
No, I don't. I disagree with his dad.
No, I don't.
I disagree
I don't agree
completely.
with that.
This is a universe where ships randomly disappear in wormholes and time bubbles and then reappear constantly all the time. It's weird that we only spent 3 days looking for the ship and got, it's probably gone. There's no trace of it. Isn't that weird?
Geordi failed to say the thing I really wanted him to say. He said, my mom's gotten out of impossible scrapes countless times. And he should have said, and we have been.
Yeah.
so many
have
years
we.
Of
true. That's true.
countless things that impossible things that we've all survived.
Didn't Riker die a couple times and come back to life? And
Riker has a twin.
In fact, I want him to get 2 on the nose. Just think back on the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Or he could have been remember at that time we found Frasier in a wormhole?
This could have been a flashback episode. Remember when we did this?
Yeah, but that would just be the whole series, because it's look at all this shit that happened where people disappeared and we managed to get them back.
That was the only part that I did find annoying.
Remember when we finally got rid of Wesley?
Yeah.
Hey, where's the last saved pattern of my mom in a transporter?
Yeah, all this stuff.
It just felt, that's what I felt was annoying, was that everyone just kept insisting hey, you know what?
No, you guys are right.
It's done. It's done.
Let go, bro.
Let's just call it what it is. She's dead. We're moving on. It just felt like everybody, even when he was in his therapy session with Deanna, she was making me angry. She's like, "Oh, tell me about your mom." And I'm like, "Bitch, I don't want to, we're not having this discussion right now. If you're not going to try to help me find her, then I don't want to sit here and, tell you about her and all that. She's not fucking dead yet. We don't know."
But to be fair, he was wrong. That wasn't his mom there. His mom wasn't there.
There's no body. There's no wreckage. We don't know what happened.
No. What I'm talking about is that it was the aliens. It wasn't his mom. That's the part that he was wrong
it wasn't. About. But that's a separate issue. I'm saying this, obviously they were using that to, get his attention.
It was an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah, yes. But there's no proof yet,
So the thing is, there was one scene that was added because they thought it was running. The script ran short, so they added one scene. The scene.
That's what I was gonna say. I was watching this and how are they gonna make? There's no speed plot.
Yeah, so the scene they added was the one where Riker approaches Geordi and goes, my mom died.
I thought that might be it.
Yeah, and I sort of, had to.
I didn't like that scene.
Come to terms. That's the thing.
Well, I liked it in the way that I hated it. I hated Riker coming to him and talking to him about it, and I think Geordi's reaction to Riker was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I complete. But the thing is, that scene added nothing because it was the same. Geordi, I'm still gonna find her. You haven't changed my mind. So what? I feel like what they could have. I feel like what they should have done is added, in order to make everyone not seem like they're just giving up right away, they should have had one scene where Data, Picard, and Geordi actually go through all of the motions of what could possibly have happened. And maybe when they explore what could have happened to her mom, they then, from a plausibility point, come to the conclusion, oh, I don't know. I think Geordi's mom really has disappeared somehow. And we have there's no way she could be there. Because the thing that annoyed me is Geordi in that meeting when they're trying to do the tractor beams to pull up the ship. Geordi has the alternate hypothesis of, what if there was like a warp tunnel and that's why she's there, right? And it's kind of convoluted, but sure. But then all they do in that meeting is they ask Data, how plausible is that? And he goes, not very plausible. It's almost impossible. They don't ask him, is there any other possibilities for why his mom could be there? Like, imagine if Data tried to come up with other hypotheses and we explored all of them.
He's like aliens, crystal aliens.
Yeah, maybe aliens? Like assuade his fears a little.
Yeah.
And then
solar babies.
The episode could then proceed as normal otherwise, so that it becomes more about an episode of Geordi pursuing his emotional trauma and issues versus him seeming like he's doing the right thing to try to find his mom. Because also, from the very beginning, since the moment the alien mom shows up, she already seems like that's clearly not his mom, right? Like from the performance and the way she just appears, this is obviously not his mom. This is obviously some sort of like projection or like mental projection. Yep. So like the audience is already primed from the beginning to be like, that's not his mom. So like,
to be honest though, like even LeVar's performance as like being probe LeVar like was a weirdly off kilter to me at times. Like it was like, why is he saying things like this?
Yeah.
Or holding things like that?
I think part of it is, I think he may have not remembered how to act with the visor off.
Maybe.
So that's why his performance is a little weird.
I mean, it's been years of acting with the visor on. I kind of a break.
He gets practice on reading Rainbow and
but that's more of like just reading out loud and straight to camera.
Yeah,
that's different. It's different. So
here's the thing. How is he taking people's pulses that are on the floor?
Oh yeah,
as a probe.
I
don't know, man.
They don't answer.
I don't know why his leg fails as a probe.
Yeah, they don't answer it in the episode for some reason. Like,
not sure how that works.
Like they actually complicated by showing the reflection of the probe and him in the. That makes you go, "What the hell's going on? Is this like some sort of like hollow projection? Is this some sort of like?"
Yeah, that confused me. I was like, "Is that a window or a mirror or a reflection?
Yeah.
Like, is that what he actually looks like?" And
because your initial instinct is that he's just looking outside and there happens to be a probe approaching right as he's looking.
That's what I thought.
You don't think this is his reflection.
See, this is why I keep telling you it should be Geordi himself floating down the corridors as the probe, but it's him, the actor. So we get the emotional weight of LeVar Burton and the physical accuracy of a floating probe,
and the added joy of a floating LeVar Burton. Just watching him
win.
Slowly floating down hallways.
Imagine it would have been perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
You mentioned that scene with Riker coming to him to be like, let me share with you my trauma of losing my mom.
Let me one up your mom. Let me one up your mom.
Open this up. And then I love Geordi's reaction because he doesn't say like, thanks for sharing that. That was really like emotionally, I know that was really emotionally hard for you. Like, but I think this about my situation. He just goes like, yeah, fuck you. Like, my fucking mom's still alive. I don't have a fucking body. Like, he shows no acknowledgement of Riker's like whole spiel. And I kind of love that because it's just like, yeah, fuck you with you coming down here and trying to be
his very blunt response is, well, your mom's actually dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was just like, well, you had a body. Your mom actually died. I don't have that. And I'm just like, that's a really
very
crazy
bluntly, you
reaction.
had closure. I don't.
Yeah, it's very fair. It's a very fair response.
It's a fair response, but part of me was just like, socially, that's like really awkward to not acknowledge like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about your story, but like, it's not the same as mine.
Yeah.
Like, you had a body, but like, he just straight up says to him, like,
I mean, Riker coming to tell that story is the faux pas to me. Like, that's already starting it.
Yeah.
And also by this point, I'm pretty
totally
sure he's sick of everyone on the ship at this point telling him, hey, your mom's dead. Just accept that your mom's fucking dead. And
it's fucked
just
up.
sick of it.
Totally
he's like, shut up.
That's fair.
It's really fucked up. And I feel for him in that way because I would be so pissed if everyone was telling me.
Yeah, but remember, this guy has been a creep with ladies, so
so we should kill his mom.
Yeah. So he doesn't
deserved
deserve.
It.
Yeah,
she deserved it now.
Yeah, it's karma.
Yeah,
but upwards karma.
I feel bad.
Here's the thing: this episode is just wonky. Like, why is he taking people's pulses? There's a lot of things that like, is it scanning? And like, it just didn't.
What was
make
the initial
sense.
scene? What was the opening scene? Where are they? What is that?
He's walking. It's like a training program. He's walking down like a corridor.
Oh, is that just a training program?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they like basically, because remember Riker's like, oh, I could take over the probe, and he's like, no, it's already calibrated to me. It would take forever to calibrate it to you. You know?
Yeah.
To your weird eyes, dude. And so the episode starts off, and we got the training scene, and then it's just weird that like I get it, he's a probe. I get it. And I don't know what they gave him for him, but it's fine. And then later on we find out that it's not his mom at all. It's the little aliens read his mind, but at no point did they go like, oh hey, we should talk to these aliens. Let's save them and talk to them further. Like, what's up with these aliens that could read minds? We could use them for something else, you know? Like no one asked any questions about the goddamn aliens, dude. That's the problem, is that no one is asking. Everyone's asking the stupid wrong questions.
Well, at least in that scenario, I think it's like they have like 15 seconds. So that's probably why.
I get it, but it's like, hey, try to reach us because we're interested. Like, you guys are pretty crazy because you guys could make up shit and fucking zap people's brains and shit. That's
and they killed all those people by mistake, which they were just like, oh, I don't think they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They killed all those people, I guess. The aliens.
Yeah,
they're all my bad.
I find that odd because there were 7 of them. So does that mean they tried 7 times, and each time they were like, oh, this one died. Oh, this one died.
They didn't understand the concept of like multiple tries, and they just did it all at once.
Yeah. But it worked with Geordi because of the probe, I guess.
Yeah, the interface, because he's separated technically, physically, so it won't kill him.
He saw Medusa's face through a mirror.
But like, how did Starfleet know to approach it that way if the aliens didn't? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
oh, they didn't know. It's just because
it just happened to work out perfectly.
It just happened to be because it is like a projection. And there's a failsafe built into the neural thing where if it overloads, it'll auto disconnect, like the Matrix.
I just feel like that's like way too coincidental. But
they had shown like at one point, remember the fire, and then he burns his hands, and they're like, oh
yeah. So
if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Yeah,
that was a weird bit that they added in that added nothing to me.
Yeah, this episode's full of weird bits like that where I guess it's like to up the stakes.
Like the same with the foot thing. I get it. Like the foot thing didn't make any sense to me. But like why it was in the show.
Yeah, I think it's like the burning. I think the burning thing was just a way to up the stakes to show that he's really getting hurt. Like, it's not fake. Like, but other than that,
but to what end? Because that wasn't like the point of the mom interactions later,
and that isn't what's going to ultimately kill him if the experiment goes bad. What kills him is his brain exploding, essentially.
Yeah.
So
here's one thing that I really liked about this episode is that there seemed to be consequences at the end. Meaning, like they're like, hey, this is
there's a reprimand and all that.
Like, we're gonna write this in. Like this is not okay. Basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I accept responsibility. And he accepted responsibility. And like Beverly, where she's like, you'll never catch me. I'm going to the sun.
I would have liked to see how Picard does address Data later. It's like, what would he say to him about what his role is or role was?
He's like, you're a goddamn robot, you motherfucker.
And then like slaps him around a few times or something.
Yeah, because he acted like illogically, but in a friendly manner. So it's like kind of a breakthrough for Data.
Yeah, maybe he'd be like, that's crazy, Data, that you actually like.
It's like, wow, good job.
Knew to protect a friend. That's a big step for you. Here's a promotion.
Well, that's his best friend. That's his bestie, right? Geordi's his bestie.
But it's like Data. No, like this episode's also partially a Data emotional growth episode, I guess, because he does correctly deduce to Geordi that I know why you're here. You're here because you're feeling bad about your mom. You want to talk about your mom, and Geordi has that funny interaction where he's like, no, I'm just passing by. And then he goes, oh, you gave up too easily, Data. Which is a pretty funny little thing.
Yeah, it's a good like Data Geordi friendship episode. It's probably the biggest episode that highlights their friendship yet.
But he should have taught him the rule of 3. Like, look, if you're gonna offer somebody food, you offer them 3 times. And if they say no the third time, then you did your
Oh that is a cultural thing. Yeah.
The rule of 3, or like they should accept by 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a thing in Asian culture where if someone offers you a gift, you have to turn it down 3 times, and they know to offer it 3 times, and then you can accept the gift.
I never internalized that myself.
I know it's like it's more of like a way more traditional Asian culture thing.
Wait, Dan, you just take gifts in the first try? You're like, I'll take it, or what does it mean?
Well, I deny it until they stop.
Oh, okay.
They just go away,
or until they force it into my hand. I don't count how many times.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Okay, so like I'm like I probably have an eating disorder. To be honest, I like to eat a lot. And I would go to like an aunt's house or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, sit down, have some food." And I'm like, "Nah." And then they'd ask me 3 times. I'd be like, "All right." The third time, I'd be like, "All right, I got to sit down and get some of this food." Yeah,
get some of this chow.
Yeah. And then I got the diabetes.
Oh no.
Well, that's could be my family members' fault for offering too much food.
I mean, diabetes that tends to be more genetic. There's sometimes not too much you can do about it to begin with. So it just sometimes just happens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
on the 3rd time, you should be like, I have diabetes. You should really.
Well, back then I didn't, dude. Now you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now on the 3rd time, you go.
Really
actually, this behavior has led to diabetes. So you can no longer do this song and dance.
Can't do this fucking game.
Are you trying to kill me?
So look, they keep going. They keep repeating the thing where they keep going in the probe, and like he keeps feeling things. Like they bump up the amplitude, and he burns his hand. He can't move his foot. Like different weird things start happening. And then finally,
he can't blink his eyes because he looks very.
He breaks
intense.
the rules, and he's like, "I got to check my mom." And he gets Data. Well, he doesn't convince him. Like he just says, "Hey, I'm going to go in one way or another." And Data's like, "Well, I'm not going to confine you to your room, so I'll kind of monitor. I'll basically like I'm not going to look over here." Basically, the thing, like if I don't see it happening, you're not breaking the rules, type of thing. Mm-hmm. And he basically helps him go in. He puts it to 11. Basically, he's like, "Oh, it's at 9. I can't feel anything." And then you realize that it's aliens. And it's a stupid fucking finale ending, dude. It's a stupid ending, but I do like that he did take responsibility, and there was repercussions to some of his actions. I don't like when like they do things and they break the rules and they break like the prime directive, and then it's like, but it's fine. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. But this one worked out fine when it comes to that. And then we had a few scenes in between, which is Deanna Troy's scene, which we discussed, which is she's trying to psychoanalyze him and basically like talk about your dead mom. It's like, no, I don't know if she's dead or not. Like I'll talk about my mom, but I don't know if she's dead or not. You know what I mean? So I can't, I can't tell you my feelings about how I feel about that because they haven't been processed. You fucking silly.
She also does the thing you should not do as a therapist, which is come up with a complete like theory as to what you are doing in like that session. That's actually like a really bad thing to do as a therapist. Be like, I'm pretty sure you're physically projecting what your grief as a mom.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. I have identified a source of grief. This is why you're hallucinating.
Yeah. and then he has a scene with, of course, Riker that we talked about, where he tells him like, my mom's dead, buddy. Yeah. You gotta take it, and
everyone keeps reminding him.
You gotta keep living. And he's like,
you have a dead mom. Yeah, Did you know that?
Yeah. And
I'm not sure you quite know that your mom's dead.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my dead mom too.
Yeah.
He's like, look, it's like you're Patrick Swayze, but your mom's dead, and you don't know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's it. There's a scene. Oh yeah, and the scene with Data, but that scene's weird because like Data's like listening or watching poetry, and like there's like 40 minutes of nothing, and I'm like, it reminds me like how much I hate certain modern art. I'm like, I fucking hate it. I hate all. I hate it. It's not modern art. It's certain versions of all art I don't like. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Like watching a blank screen.
Like abstract and conceptual art.
Yeah. How do you feel about
performance art?
Wait, who is that? I
I
always forget this painter's name. The guy who just splatters paint on a canvas randomly.
Pollock?
Pollock.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock. Yeah.
Is
Pollock.
that bad?
Jackson Pollock.
Pollock fish.
Jackson Pollock.
How do you
Jackson
guys
Pollock.
feel about Jackson Pollock?
I think it's good. I like it.
I don't love it.
I don't love it.
But I mean,
it is pretty interesting. I mean,
I accept it.
if
I
you see it
accept
in
it.
person,
I've seen it in
Yeah.
person and I was impressed, dude.
you were.
I'm of the opinion that
I
Jackson
think that's
Pollock's
not a good example of like a.
because I'm of the opinion that Jackson Pollock's point was made thoroughly in just 2 or 3 paintings, and
Yes.
any beyond that is kind of just like, we get it. Yes.
I'm thinking what I'm thinking out more of is the banana in the museum. That's the one. That I'm
That's just
thinking, like,
bullshit.
that's
That is
silly.
like that is
Well,
a
that's what
complete.
I
We're
think is
trying to
silly.
game the system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that is the
yes,
art now.
Yes.
Like, it
Gaming
has
the
become
system.
so meta.
Yeah. That's,
If you try to like talk to people about it, like that's literally where it's going. It's like it has to be about that now.
So
is the worst.
I will accept that. Like, I do like early Banksy, right? Like, I get that sometimes
Right.
the absurd is kind of like artistic,
Right.
but then like it started eating its own tail. You know what I mean? Like it like I don't like that part of it.
Well, it
But
became
yeah,
more phenomenal.
Yes,
And
but-
by phenomenal, I mean like more about the fact that a Banksy is like a thing versus like the thing he's actually making. Like,
yeah, and
Like, popularity is toxic to like true art, quote unquote.
yeah, to certain
Yeah.
types of art, toxic popularity does infect and damage the art. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, it's like those. What are those? Was it the AI images that people were? What was that? The whole remember
NFTs?
People, yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
NFTs were the craze before AI. They're not quite the same.
Yeah, NFTs were basically a scam to try to make cryptocurrency more valuable. That's essentially what it was. That wasn't really even art. That was just sort of a way of trying to.
Yeah,
They did try to tie it to art, though.
yeah.
Art
Right,
of apes.
But they were trying to tie it to art in the same way
Goddamn
that
fucking
certain
Caesar and Koba.
But they were trying to tie it to art in the same way that certain classes of rich people tie art to investment, not because they care about the art. That was the same thought
They're
process.
just trying to launder money, dude.
Actually, literally, yes, it was a form of laundry. So
Crypto's great for laundering money.
Yeah, it's great for laundering and also terrible for laundering for many different reasons.
It's popular for laundering.
That's the most accurate way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should just launder your money the old-fashioned way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get yourself a washer dryer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, any catch business is a great way to launder money. Like a strip club,
nail salon,
barbershop, salon. Is a great way to launder money.
Arcade, laser tag arcade.
Wait, this might be a stupid question, but this is a great time to ask it, I think. You know that scene in Breaking Bad where Walter, literally, washes the money and, launders it?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, is that something that is, you should do? Is this part of the process of laundering money?
So, from what I understood, it was kind of weird because I think it came from a misunderstanding. Not that he literally thought this is how you launder money, but I think he thought that this is. I think the character does it because you're supposed to because the money was covered in blood, so he was trying to get all the blood.
But also, if there's trace residues of chemicals, then they could trace it back to him.
That's the other thing. So it was supposed to be it was covered in chemicals and it's covered in blood. But then the other thing is that in actual money laundering rackets, they actually do distress the cash because they want it to look like it's heavily handled cash that was going around businesses. So it's weird that if a business is like a laundromat is suddenly full of crisp $20 bills. It's very odd. So they do distress the distress the dollar bills themselves to make sure that it looks like it was handled by a bunch of people. One of the ways of doing that is running it through a dryer. And
it's probably where the term
you got to
came
acid
from,
wash your currency.
Yeah.
Well, the actual term for laundering is because it's actually a lot much older term because you're literally washing away the source of income.
Yep.
So, but But it ends up being that one of the ways you can distress cash is by running it through the dryer.
If you want to look at, you find a way to launder money, you just drive down Glendale, and you'll see all the Armenian, like dance halls or like banquet halls that are never in use.
No, he's absolutely right. This is actually true. Yeah. If you find like a restaurant or like event hall business that is always empty and no one's ever using it, it is definitely a business being used to launder.
Oh my God, that's what those RV dealerships around me must be. They've been around forever.
A long time ago.
Nothing ever happens to them.
I had a friend, and that's what he did. Not that he owned a restaurant. He was part of the staff that was literally paid to not work. Like he had a W-2, like, and he's like,
I love that. That sounds great, like, actually.
What do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm a waiter. How much do you make? He made an insane amount of money, like for being a waiter. And it's like all you had to do is collect this check and say, and he filled out regular like time cards.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me.
This reminds me of posts I've seen of like the people who like completely clueless about the Italian mobster front restaurant that they walk into. They, like, because they are a restaurant technically, like just some random grandma comes out, asks them like, whatever, I'm going to make you something. It's going to be great. Okay. And then she makes them like the best meal they've ever had. And, then they never come back and there's no one ever anywhere else again.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that like some places are like that. And some places are being they just put somebody's mom there to fucking cook some food in case somebody walks in. And sometimes that mom really knows how to cook.
Yeah.
And so you get really good food.
Two things can be true.
And she's probably excited. She's like, "Oh, someone wants some of my food."
But in those places, you usually don't end up paying, and you don't like it. It literally, like, went to a restaurant and they didn't even charge us. It's like, yeah, you went to a restaurant that was a mom.
Now a lot of laundering isn't done at the physical locations as often.
It's done by the government. Anyway,
zing.
You pay your local congressman, and you get things. Anyway, so there's really nothing to say. At the end, he gets his. What I said.
There's like a complicated thing where like there's a ship. The chip is trapped underneath the planet's atmosphere, and they have to lower it.
Here's the thing: we don't need to know that. All we need to know is there's aliens, dude. There's mind-reading aliens that we've never run into that are smart, and that's the one thing that they touched on one point that I always hate, and they fixed it, which is like, hey, it's gonna go in your permanent record. It's gonna be for staying.
They can only deal with one thing at a time.
Yeah. But another thing was
one gripe at a time.
They never said like, dude, but what's up with those aliens, dude? Like, Picard should have been like, we got to study these aliens. We got to market. We got to tell like Starfleet like that these aliens are mind readers. Like, we should watch out, in case we don't want another ship to get blasted. You know what I mean? Or
they have done that before, where they leave like a warning beacon behind.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even know what they're called.
They're called the Balchinians. Yeah, we don't even know.
I like to think at this point that Picard is kind of just like, ugh, another alien, whatever.
Yeah.
That is how it starts to feel at this point, which is why I think it is easy for the writers to like kind of dismiss like new species. No one cares.
Yeah. Solar babies. No one cares. So that's why I'm giving it. It would have been a lot lower, but I'm giving it a 5.5.
5.5. Okay.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah. I'm actually going to give it a 7 because I think.
Also, don't care that Geordi's mom's dead.
I think, well, that's the thing. I care, just like how I care about Wally.
Well, here's the thing: is that like Geordi never gave me like. Even he's like, oh, I didn't even return her calls. Like you don't. There's nothing to indicate that like, oh, like it's somebody who he really cared for and stuff. Like,
but I care in the sense that, I sense I care in the sense that it's an exploration of his character. And we're seeing him go through actual motions.
Yes.
Like this is maybe the most set of like actual personal strife we've ever seen Geordi go through.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. Like,
but not enough for me to be like, oh, I need to know more about this. Like,
well, that's the thing.
They didn't give me enough to be like, oh, I'm curious to see what happens with Geordi's parents.
Well,
like, I'm like,
that's the thing. Because it's tied in with this weird interface plot.
Yeah,
you don't really get to explore either idea that often or enough. Like the interface plot in and of itself seems to like beg for some sort of weird out of body sci-fi, like hard sci-fi story. where you're kind of like, what would it be like? Maybe like it becomes its own thing, and like he has an out of body experience. It feels super like that's what that
or gets trapped in the probe for permanently for a while. Or
the probe is Geordi for a bit, or like it seems like it would beg that sort of story where it's hard sci-fi kind of like weird, and then you have the mom.
My mind just went off on it. It's like, and then he'd be like, wow, Data, this is what it's like to not be hungry, huh?
But see, that could be interesting. Like, what if that's already a really cool story. What if by being a probe for a week, he gets to become closer in his relationship with Data because he understands him more?
That'd be cool.
That would be interesting. So that's one potential story. Then the other story is he's grieving the death of his mom and he's going through a grieving process. And you could have had an entire other story with maybe he doesn't just talk to his dad on a phone call and his sister and doesn't even see his sister. Maybe they show up on the ship.
Wait,
maybe
just to clarify though, had we seen his sister before? Did she show up? Like
never seen a sister. No.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't even seen his parents. We only heard stories about his parents. So like there's something
familiar about the mention of a sister to me, and I thought it might have come up in that other episode where the dog was the killer. But
no, we've never seen a sister. So it's like it would have been nice actually if that was its own separate topic, and you had like his family actually show up, see some sort of dynamic, etc.
Yeah,
that's its own thing. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like apparently the sister herself was also like really upset, and it would have been nice to see someone really upset.
Yeah, because like
about it,
everyone kind of just accepts it grimly and go, "Yep."
And it's not like Geordi accepts it, but he's not like upset. Like he's not like losing it. He's just like not giving up.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It would be nice to see sister and maybe some sibling camaraderie, and like one believes mom is gone, one doesn't, or
yeah,
there could have been a lot.
5.5 for me.
I think I'm at a 7.5 myself, but okay. I would give it that extra 0.5 when I try to think about how it's about Geordi and Data.
Yeah,
like when I think about the Geordi Data stuff, like I like what happens between them in this episode.
Yeah,
I like how Data intentionally chooses to word things in a generous manner that forces Picard to make him clarify that actually, yes, it's pretty much impossible because he's just trying to spare Geordi like the best he can. And, it's a lot of business that shows how much Data is willing to do on behalf of his friend that seems to go against normal logical programming, which is, it's very poignant at this point in the series, I think.
And it seems like he'd pretty much really only do it for Geordi. And
so far this is the only example we've seen where he does this much voluntarily.
Yeah, and he kind of like comes up with like a fake logical reason as to why he can't punish him yet. He's like, how can I lock you up for something you haven't done yet?
Yeah.
So,
I give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I do like learning about his mom and seeing his parents. I think it's a little late for that, but
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
I also don't know if I'm convinced that his mom is dead.
Yeah, it's the
there's
thing.
Still no body. There's still no wreckage.
But does it matter?
I don't know.
To the show.
They might bring it up later. I mean, I don't know. They might bring it up later.
Given how much of it is left, we probably won't see her. Yeah. But yeah, like it could have been a loose end that they could pick up later if they really wanted to. Heck, it could be in Picard.
I mean, it is a very odd detail that her entire ship disappeared. It's a ship of 300 people disappeared without a trace. That doesn't really happen.
It makes you think that it's not the whole story and that it might come back again. So
no,
I think that's interesting.
This for me feels like a plot we'll never touch. Like it feels like so many plots that we're like, oh, they're gonna come back to this. Like, no, they never came back to it.
Given the show's track record, I don't have high hopes about a return to this topic.
And I think also they try to like end cap it with Geordi's line at the end where he's like, it felt like she was there, so I felt like I could say goodbye.
Or almost. He said almost, which I think was like, was affecting.
It's something. Yeah. So,
but not even a teardrop.
Yeah.
Not nothing, I guess. which is fine.
It gets absorbed by his visor.
I mean, it's a heavy topic that invites the viewer to kind of project what, ever they might have personally going on with their parents onto the situation.
Yeah, for sure. And not everybody expresses sadness by crying.
Yeah, it is a very relatable, basic, sort of scenario where it's like, oh, I'm unsatisfied with the last interaction I had with someone before I didn't have any more chances.
Right.
So,
yeah. And also the not getting back to her after 3 weeks.
Right, exactly.
Call your parents, everyone. Please talk to your parents. No matter how annoying it might be sometimes. But yeah, or your friends, family, you never know when it'll be the last time, because everybody will have a last conversation with someone one day.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
In what way?
You don't care about that.
No, I just think that you should live your life.
Yeah, I mean, live your life, but also be...
Then you calling everybody this might be fucking Tim's last day on earth. Better call him.
No, but also just connect with people. Just be willing to reach out and connect in your everyday life. Make it a habit.
Nah. Just act like you regularly act.
People.
If you're a dick, just keep being a dick. It doesn't matter. No one's going to change you now. You're already a dick. If you're nice,
well,
and you
if
call
it's not
people,
important to you, if you don't want to have any regrets, I mean, I know that it's important to me to make sure that I'm regularly talking to people in my life that I care about.
Well, it's a simple thought experiment to think what if...
Here's the thing is that if you have to be oh, I have to keep up, just live your life. And if you, my thing is don't you don't have to be I have to go check in on my friends that I love. It's no, I don't. There's one friend. He was my best man. He's probably my best friend in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to him in 4 months. It doesn't matter because I know if I talk to him tomorrow, I'm gonna. Yeah. It's gonna be I never stopped talking to him. And if he dies within the 4 months, fine. I have zero regrets because I know that deep down I love him, and I don't need to be talking to him every few weeks to connect with him. I know that it doesn't affect my relationship with him or my love for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I actually get that because for sure. This is kind of grim, but my grandma's currently 91.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood. She is reaching the age where we do need to think more about what could it be like when she's gone, etc. Because 91 is getting up there. Yeah. And I do think about her a lot in that regard, but I also go, I don't have any regrets with her, I feel like we have so thoroughly demonstrated how much we care about each other in multiple different ways so many times that I don't feel like I would ever need that last, oh, goodbye, knock on wood type of feeling. I feel like it's, it's kind of unsaid, know. And then it's another thing, you bring up your friend, one of our friends, me and Dan's friends, Nate, who made the songs for the podcast. I talk to him every once in a while. And there's a period where I actually hadn't talked to him in 2 or 3 years. And then I messaged him out of the blue randomly, and we were talking, and I was like, am I a bad friend? Because I was like, I haven't talked to you in so long. And he was like, no, you're not a bad friend. I'm not trying to quantify myself or anything, but basically what he was saying is that we just picked up back where we left off, and it felt good, right? So it's I feel we don't have to concern ourselves with whether we maintain something or not.
Yeah.
We I
mean, it's quality versus quantity,
Yeah.
I just think it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have to, if you don't talk to your parents regularly, that's fine. Okay, that's a relationship you have. It's okay.
It's a personal thing. If you can imagine yourself regretting that you didn't get to talk to them one last time, then act accordingly. That's it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think specifically with Geordi, I think Geordi's overall sentiment is I think he's overall regretting his relationship with his mom.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the vibe I got, because it seemed like he's kind of cold with his whole family. Because his dad just kind of calls. He's like, there's something else I got to do. After that scene where he finished healing from the interface thing, it's kind of he almost viewed it as a chore to reach out to his dad. And his sister's not even going to call him for a few days. That's odd. Why wouldn't they all get on a conference together right away?
That is kind of odd.
It seems like they all have some sort of distance with each other. And that might be what Geordi's regretting, is that he didn't build a closer relationship with his family, with his mom in particular, before she disappeared.
I mean, I think it's a really personal thing. That's also, it depends on the relationship. Like I personally do have regrets for sure. And about, specifically about my grandmother, like I definitely regret not spending more time with her towards the end of her life. And I recognize that I didn't make it a priority, and I deeply regret that, and that's something I have to live with, but it doesn't take away from the quality of our relationships and our relationship, and it doesn't make her love for me any less. It doesn't lessen things. It's just something that I know at the time I knew it was wrong. I knew that my priorities were not where they needed to be, and it's just something debatable. I regret. I regret. I don't think your grandma would blame you for anything. No, she. Oh, absolutely not. She would never. But it's something I personally recognize. Looking back, that I didn't prioritize those few moments. I didn't make as much as an effort as I should have. If I know now, if I knew back then what I know now, I would change so much, right? But that's the problem with time, right? So, but I do have regrets about that, and that's not to say that I feel that way about every relationship in my life, but this specific one, I definitely have regrets for sure. And that's just something it is what it is. Doesn't take away from anything, but I wish I made it more of a priority. For sure.
I was just talking to my cousin about this when I was on vacation, which is my grandmother was like my mom, my second mom, because I didn't have a dad when I was a baby. So my grandma took care of me, and she took me in the summers, she was like a second mom, and I wasn't there for the last few months that my grandma was alive, and I didn't get to go to her funeral. No one told me she had died because I was partying in Cancun.
Oh wow!
I was 18. And I have no regrets about that because, and I'll tell you why. I was talking to my cousin about this because some people don't like my cousin because he's very, if you could believe it, more abrasive than me. So I was like, you have to accept people for who they are. I know you're a dick and you're a worse asshole than I am, but I accept you for that. Do you know what I mean? And I still fuck with you. You know what I mean? And I think that my grandma totally knew me. And she knew, because they told her, do you want us to call Ricardo? Because I'm also listed on the will like I'm a son, not like I'm a grandson. Do you know what I mean? So that's the relationship we had. I was literally like her second son. And they're like, no. She's like, no, let him have fun. And she did. And I love that. I love that she knew oh, this is gonna ruin. You know what I mean? Let him just relax and then come home and then be like. And when I came back and they told me, oh, your grandma passed away and we had her funeral already. And I was like, oh, well, that's sad that she's gone. But she knew me very well. You know what I mean? I have no regrets, and she probably had no regrets that. You know what I mean? I had said goodbye already. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I mean, if that's how your relationship is built, then that's how. But I think
you should be true to at the end of the day, I think everyone should be true to themselves. If you're not a person who talks to people, don't talk to people. You don't have to check in on people.
I am, though. I am a person that definitely, and I just didn't prioritize what I felt. I wasn't being true to who I am at the core, which is I definitely am a person that values quality time, communication, talking, reaching out. I regularly talk to my family, those that are important to me, all day, every day. It's a little overwhelming for those that don't do that, but to me, that's who I am at my core, right? So, I talk to my parents every single day.
Yeah. If you're my cousin, I'd be like, Sarah, lose my number, dude. You're calling me too much. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I talk to my cousin every single day, multiple times a day. I talk to my brother and sister every single day, multiple times a day. I talk to my parents every single day, multiple times a day. My dad texts me every single morning without fail. My mom texts me every single day. We're very multiple times a day. We're a very communicative family.
I want to say that both Ricardo and Sarah are probably uncommon examples.
Maybe there's probably a middle ground that should be achieved. But
we're very polar opposites.
I mean, like I get a text from my mom every few days.
Yeah.
So I think that's more probably the normal cadence for for communication.
No, I hear from my dad every single morning. I wake up with a text from my dad where he says he went on his walk and he got coffee and he hopes I have a great day, or he tells me about his morning. And he texts me every single day.
This is not good.
Okay, this is partially petty of me, but I think but
I love it.
See, for me, I would be like,
I don't give a fuck.
It's just not that I don't give a fuck, but it's like it's the same thing every day. It's driving me crazy. It's like the same thing when people like talk about the weather. I'm like, yep, that's the weather. That's how
crazy
weather works.
Yeah.
It's always
either
this
hot
way.
or cold.
But it's not that we don't discuss the same thing every day. Every day is different.
But every day there is some sort of weather. I don't need to talk about it. Like it's not like suddenly the sky turned purple.
They can't be doing different things every day, Sarah. They can't be doing different things every day.
Oh, if you live my life, things are different every single day.
The
it's
weather
a very
is
fast-paced life.
It is the weather is what it is. It's okay. It's like,
I mean, it's like a connection thing.
Well,
like
you have to have some degree of tolerance for that inanity if you work in an office.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's true.
Here's the thing is that like I hate when people now know that like, hey, if I haven't talked to you and you need a favor, just ask me for the favor. And I do the same. Right. I try to do the same thing. Like if I need a favor, I don't go like, hey, it depends how it is. If it's a business thing, then I'll definitely plant a seed and be like, okay, I need this from this person. I'm going to plant the seed this month, and then I'll
it's a strategy to it.
I mean, it's a strategy. But if it's not a business thing, it's just a family thing. I'm like, just tell me what you need. Like my niece will text me out of nowhere. I'm like, what do you need? And she's like, I need money for driving to school. Okay, then I'll give it to you. Or I won't give it to you. Then like depending, but like just ask. Just
you don't need to drive.
Yeah, like just I respect more. Just ask me.
Well, I'm not like, I mean, the basis of the conversation are not that I need anything. I don't need anything.
I'm just saying,
from
like
them.
People now know, like I don't.
You don't do small talk.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people that I talk to every day. Very few people. One of them is my coworker who I yell at all the time. My ex-coworker. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Him and our old manager I talk to on a daily basis. Just because,
okay, but there are people that you do talk to every single day.
But it's more like it's just talking shit. It's not like tell me about your day. It's just like, dude, let me tell. Let me because it's one of like they're one of like 5 people that I could say anything, like the worst things in the world. Like seriously, like you know how you could say like, oh, you could tell me anything. It's like, no, I can't, dude, because there's a line in the sand and I'll cross it. And these 3 people, there's no lines in any sense. And that's the only reason that it's a daily thing. But it's not, we're not checking on each other. I don't, in fact, if someone said like, hey, I'm doing, I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Tell me something racist.
Yeah, but I mean, like even the conversations are not like, oh, what's up? How's your day going? I mean, it is exactly like what you're describing. Like, my brother will text me some song lyrics and be like, oh, have you listened to this song? I love it. It's on repeat or something. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I love this song. Or we'll just like, or he'll be like, hey, look at this cool thing I'm doing. Or like, or like check in or something, it's like little things. Or I saw this thing and I thought of you.
Oh, see, I've never done that. I've never had that experience with anybody.
With what experience?
I thought of you. I saw this thing. I thought of you. I'd be like, if I thought of you, I'll
you never sent people memes because you thought they would like them.
Oh yes. But
that's all
it's more like a mass thing. Like it's just like these people will watch this and get this. It's more like it. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. I think that is what it is.
Maybe memes are the new checking in. Maybe memes are the new checking in.
Yeah, there you go.
I think they are in many ways. Yeah.
It's a form of communication. I mean, it's changed.
I mean, that's how
sending memes is like, it's a thing.
I guess you're right.
Back in the fucking AOL days, Dan and I, that's how we communicated. Like we would like send each other bullshit that we've seen. Like that's sort of.
I mean, that continues to this day through other DM. Like
exactly, yeah, that's what I mean. Like
various social medias, in fact.
Yeah,
that's how it's been.
Same,
so,
like, have you seen this thing I sent you? But anyway, I mean, I guess clearly Geordi wasn't sending his parents any memes or any videos.
Yeah, there's no group chat for Geordi's family filled with cats.
Geordi wasn't sending his mom. Have you seen that boy? Have you heard of that boy?
Wait, okay, I have a question. Do you all have a family group chat right?
Negative. Nope.
Oh wait, no, that's not true. My brother made one for us, so
okay,
yes.
I do, but it's muted because I can't stand the constant notifications.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm in my in-laws group chat.
Okay, so you are in a family group chat,
but I leave constantly.
You or you leave or mute it. Okay.
Well, no, because like right now we're planning on vacation, right?
Yeah,
and they have a side one because they know I don't like like you know this about me, Sarah. I don't like
group chat without Ricardo.
Well, yeah, because I don't like schedules or calendars.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Right.
So like they know, like, don't tell me when something is. I just want to complain that day that no one warned me about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you admit you're just gonna complain? Okay. At least you're self-aware about that point.
Yeah, I know that. And here's the thing: is that I realized this maybe a few years ago, and it kind of brought me like great peace. I would say
peace.
Like,
that's
peace,
good.
Which
you
is
know that
like,
about yourself.
Yeah, that I hate everything, and I'm okay with that, and I love that about life.
Now, like hating the responsibility of having to prepare.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that. that's interesting. So everyone here does have a group chat of some kind, which is so interesting to me. A family group chat.
Right. Yeah, but my family doesn't have one.
I have
my actual family,
it's for dog photos.
My like dad and sister and stuff. We don't have one. Like we don't.
Really?
Yeah,
so yours is just your in-laws. Like
yes,
there is one.
Yeah, I'm part of that one, my in-laws, but I'm not part of my family. They might have a group chat that I'm not part of, but that would be very on character. They'd be like, yeah, don't put Ricardo on the group chat.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
He'll
I have multiple. I have very many. I have a cousins chat. I have
you have like
family.
You have like 7. It's like overwhelming.
Like a ton. I have like me, my sister, my brother. I have me, my other sisters and brothers, and my parents. I have just my cousins.
Have all of these
I have
circles.
Just my
it's
LA
too many
family.
Things to juggle. Like
yeah, there's a lot of side chats, but I love it. Like that is my ideal.
I do not like this
way
at
of
all.
existing. then there's Marvin's family chats that we're a part of, and that's popping off every now and then.
Yeah,
but I like it. It's just a personal. Like,
I need to mute all of them.
Yeah,
I'll just check up on them every few days. Be like, oh, that's what happened. Okay, great. I'll move on.
I will be surprised the day of, and I'll complain and be angry about it.
I like it. Right. It makes me feel loved.
I love that.
Yeah.
The thing that brought me most peace is knowing that, like, I'm not a Debbie Downer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, am I angry? Probably. I have anger issues. Probably. Mm-hmm. But
you're an Andy Anger.
I love hating things, and it brings me so much joy hating things.
You're a hater.
I'm okay with that.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even that I'm a hater. I don't like hate on like, oh, like I'm not like, oh, this person's having success. I hate that. No, it's more like I hate everything.
Right.
Everything, including humanity. And I'm okay with that. And I love that about myself.
I mean, I think that's good to be self-aware 100%.
Yes.
You know, to bring peace. Like you said, that must bring a lot of peace, you know? Like
yes.
You're like, I know
it makes me happy to hate things, to be honest.
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't feel the same way, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel at peace to love
Sarah will be like, what are we looking at for like? And it's like, I'm not looking at anything, fucking Sarah. I fucking hate schedules.
Well, now I know that. I mean, it took me a while to understand.
It took us 7 seasons, but we got there.
Okay, yeah, we got there. Also, no schedule talk.
Well, this is a little inside baseball, but it did become like legitimately very difficult to schedule too far in advance because I'm just like, oh my God, there's so many like different dates to juggle. I'm just going to just assume we have a standing day.
Yeah.
That's just easier for me on my end too, logistically. That I'm just like,
and
either have it or
don't. For all of us.
See, I do the opposite. I assume there's no standing date. And then I'm surprised every Tuesday. I understand that, but in my mind, I erased it. I'm like, I live my life, and then I'm like, oh fuck, it's Tuesday.
No, you're not as unthoughtful as you're trying to make yourself out to be.
No.
You have contacted us and be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I can't do it this day.
But I'm saying I'm still surprised by that.
He realized it 30 minutes prior, so he had to do this.
There is one day, everyone, where Ricardo was like, oh shit, we're recording today.
Yeah.
And that's when
I had literally had to watch an episode.
Yeah, you watched the episode.
And we started like an hour late because I fucked up. But to be fair,
that was fine. That was totally fine.
I just glanced at messages.
Yeah.
And we have 3 messages. We have it feels like we have 3 text threads between all 4 of us. And I thought I read one that was like from months ago, and it turned out it was from like I just confused it.
Well, the idea is that we're trying to categorize the messages for the type of thing we're talking about, because otherwise it would be kind of a mess if we didn't organize it. But I think it ended up just crossing wires. But that was also totally fine. It was fine. It was totally fine.
It doesn't happen often at all. If
it was just the once, and it was actually kind of funny. But that's interface, everyone.
Everyone, please let us know in the comments. I want to know. I want to know in the comments. Like, please let us know. Are you part of a family group chat? You talk to your parents regularly?
I don't want to hear about that.
Important?
Sarah, no one wants to
hear
get
the consensus about it.
About that, dude.
I want to know. Am I alone in this?
Sarah, I want to hear from my family. You think I want to hear from somebody else?
A general temperature check of how connected people are. It would be kind of fascinating.
It's kind of interesting to learn, like, where am I on the connection scale? I've heard that I'm overly connected, and it's a problem. And I should probably go to therapy.
It's not a problem. It's just I just
where
find
are you on that scale?
I just find it unusual and sometimes overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
But what Dan's final point?
Like, the one thing that I wanted to mention earlier is just that the whole setup that they had, the technical setup for the interface itself, and like the synchronization tolerance rule and all that stuff, like that was all intelligible in a way that other jargony episodes of late have not been. So I was appreciative that it was like it made sense this time.
Yeah, it was a little
you
more
you weren't left with like, how the fuck does this work again? It was very clear.
It didn't end up becoming just like, I don't care about these words you're saying, and it doesn't make sense anymore, and it doesn't matter either. It's like they set up something that made sense.
The more Bernie hands he gets. I got it.
But I think also it's also the idea of remote robot technology is not like that out there. It's like pretty.
No. Well, also because now we have VR and we have we have drones. Like drones, it's kind of like
and
a
also
drone,
we've had like brain interfaces for like the past decade. So they
also made it slightly more complicated with like, and also there's like depth and height to like where the ship is and the signal reaching there.
And,
you know, the turning up the sensitivity so that you see more. It's like they visualized a lot of what they were talking about, and so it was like full formed. I liked it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like it resembles a lot the POV drone things that like people put on the goggles, and like you're like in the drone.
Oh yeah, like racing drones and stuff.
Yeah, it felt like that. It felt like that, but it was a probe, you know. But it's not now. Nowadays we're so close to that, basically.
Oh yeah,
we're
definitely.
Like a drone could. You're so close to a drone projecting your image. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's what the military does
already.
To be honest.
To, you know.
Remember when Tupac performed at Coachella?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who would have thought, dude? Who's controlling that fucking? You think Geordi was there? He's like,
the military was controlling it.
Tupac.
Oh my god!
Before I forget,
Tupac walked so Miku could run.
Yeah, dude.
No, Miku ran so Tupac could run because Miku was
didn't
before
Miku
Tupac.
end up at Coachella herself later?
But Miku had that before Tupac.
I know. I'm talking about Coachella.
Oh fuck! Coachella is not the standard bearer for anything. Let's not.
I was saying it as a joke.
Fuck Coachella.
I mean, yes, Coachella's fuck Coachella,
but then before I forget, Discord has a rating as well.
Oh, yeah.
This week, Imagine Nathan didn't get to do the average and statistics in time because I posted the poll late. Because I was like, oh shit, we're recording today. It's earlier than usual. But basically, it averages out to a 5. So people really don't like this episode.
Okay. That's fascinating.
So I was the closest.
I mean,
I guess so.
Sarah also gave it a 5.5.
You gave it a 5?
No, I gave it a 6. I gave it a 6. I think I gave it a 6 or something. Definitely not in the 5s.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I think Ricardo was closest. Yeah, I think just because, you know, I think it's sort of like I think people from I'm gathering from a vibe check, it seems like people just really don't like Geordi.
Yeah.
I mean,
they don't give you all that many reasons to love Geordi.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Which is why they should have turned him into a floating probe apparatus. Telling you.
I mean, I didn't find him offensive in this episode. I mean, there's other episodes where I'm like, okay, it's a little much.
He wasn't being a huge creeper this time, so
not this episode. I didn't have a problem with him.
He was fine in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Newbie Star Trek. Did I say Doobie Star Trek? Newbie Star Trek. Oh boy.
We don't have mail this week?
We do. But I just wanted to say, everybody, if you like the episode, you can give us a like or a rating or review wherever you are. And also, check out our merch store, fugitiveframes.store.
Oh, yes.
We have that new t-shirt design that's up.
Merch drop.
This Machine Kills Fascists Bathleth, which is a fun design. People have been liking it. I'm actually pretty happy with how much people have been liking it. And it's a quality shirt that at this point, time of recording, I must have washed each shirt about 10 times. It's still holding up super well.
They get better with the wash.
Oh, but yeah,
it's a cool. Well, I only say that because
I better infinitely with every wash. It's crazy.
It does, because I'm saying that Marvin did laundry today, and I was folding the shirts, and I was like, oh, they feel super nice and soft, and it actually caught my attention how.
And then you found like a $5 bill in the sleeve.
Well, it felt really nice.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Dan, because if you're a member of the Patreon or a channel member, one of the perks you get not only is that you get early access to episodes that don't have dynamic ads or YouTube ads burned in, but also you get $5 off of any merch we have moving forward, any t-shirt merch we have moving forward.
Dang, that's like 2 months.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the thing. So I'm just saying. And also, that'll also give you access to the private Discord. Like we alluded to the Discord before. Discord's a lot of fun. We just talk about all sorts of shit. It's about like 40% Star Trek, to be honest. And the rest of it is just lots of other stuff.
On Discord?
Yeah, on our Discord. Yeah, it's like a huge mix of things. So yeah, so you can check that out. Just go to patreon.com/newbiestartrek. Or if you're on YouTube, you can join the YouTube version too. The main difference between the two, again, Patreon is audio forward. YouTube membership, channel membership is video forward. So it just depends on which version you want. Do you want a dedicated audio RSS feed, or do you want video? That's what you choose your poison. And also, if you guys ever want to send us an email, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week's email is from Fitz. And I kind of only wanted to bring it up because I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention so that they can never not think about it again. It's called Worf's Teeth. Can we go over why sometimes Worf's teeth look like other Klingons and others, they are human? It's a small thing, but I can't watch the show without figuring out which teeth he'd have today.
I think I have noticed that.
I guess just randomly I can think of times where his teeth just look really messed up for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then other times it's like a perfect smile.
I think it's here's my theory.
What's the ratio overall?
My theory is that when he has to appear angrier or tougher, they give him effective teeth. Mm-hmm. And when he has a lot of dialogue, they cut the teeth a little bit just so he has easier time talking.
Yes, so that's functionally what's going on. Michael Dorn, since season 1, said it's very hard for me to talk with the full dentures on. So what they like gave him the full teeth whenever, like, I think one really prominent example is when he's eating Riker's eggs, his terrible eggs. You see him going like with his mouth like wide open. You see all the teeth. Or the scene where he's teaching Wesley the Klingon mating call. His mouth is like wide open. You see the teeth. But in lots of other scenes, even like scenes where they're like on Klingon, not Klingon, the planet's not called Klingon. The planet's called Konos. Yeah. Even when they're there, whenever he has to like talk a lot, they just take his dentures out just so he can have a good conversation.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I think they also figured it's a type of thing like, if it's TV, if it's not a close-up, if they're in like at most a medium shot, we can get away with it.
No, I would have liked if there was a dumb rule. It's like the prop department got it ready every time in the script it said parentheses angry.
Yeah.
Next
then
to
we
his
got
line.
put the teeth in.
Yeah, it is interesting. I have noticed that, but now I'm gonna keep looking for it.
Yeah. So look out for Worf's teeth, everyone, for whatever.
Yeah, I was never like actively aware of it, but now I will be.
I did notice when it was like especially fucked up. I was like, wow, he's got really.
Yeah, and
like,
usually it was when he
teeth.
was shouting or screaming or something.
Yeah, or eating. Then you'll have the weird teeth. But yeah, well, thanks for the email, Fitz, and also thank you guys for listening. If you want, you can check out all the things we do at fugitiveframes.com. It has links to all the stuff we do, including the Would You Stay Tuned podcast. Sarah, Dan, and I just recorded an episode of Severance. So hopefully we'll get
about
that
Severance.
About Severance. Yeah, we didn't create an episode of Severance. That would be amazing. But no, we just talked about the pilot of Severance. Because that's the premise of Would You Stay Tuned? We watch the pilot of a show and see if it's worth to stay tuned. You know, would we stay tuned?
I think it was a good conversation. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, once I finally get it edited, because it takes me a while. But yeah, next time we're actually looping back to DS9. We're finally finishing off this 3-parter that this season started with.
So it's 3 parts.
Yeah, we had Homecoming, then The Circle, and now we have The Siege. So
okay, I'll be interested to see like how connected episodes following the 3-parter are to the 3-parter.
Yeah, not Under Siege, but The Siege. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Under the Siege.
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Guys, keep it real.
Take care, y'all.
Don't talk to your parents. Get out of the group chat.
Or check in with your parents
Leave the
if
group
you
chat.
really want to.
Ricardo, you just reminded me of this old ass thing from the early internet from like when I was in middle school that was just like a flash animation that chanted, "Kill your parents."
Oh yeah.
Kill your parents. Kill your parents.
Don't do that.
Then kill yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do.
I add in the don't do that as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Please do not listen to us in that way.
I'm pretty sure it had some like pretty blatant Nazi imagery on it as well. So don't go looking it up.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was swirling swastikas on the flash animation. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
early internet was
to be
interesting.
Very early internet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
/ modern internet.
Speaking of the internet, there's a video going around, and it's the dude that is confronts the neo-Nazi in the street. And he like raises his hands like, "Hey, let's calm down." The Nazi does, and then he gets punched in the face. And someone cut that, and then the video multiplies, and it's the song is Mr. Sandman playing in the background.
I saw that.
I was watching it and laughing, and my son was like, "Can I see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And he watched it, and he started laughing, and he's like, "It's funny in different levels." I'm like, "Oh, okay, tell me more." He's like, "Because it's a Nazi getting punched. But then Mr. Sandman is about sleeping." And I'm like, you got it, dude. You get it, dude.
You got it, dude. Yeah.
You got it, dude.
He's got
That's the second time that a video about a Nazi getting punched was then memed to Mr. Sandman. Because remember at the rally when that one dude with the haircut was punched by a guy out of nowhere?
Oh, yeah.
They also made a Mr. Sandman meme.
Yeah.
It's just
I guess
perfect.
it's just a popular move.
It just works.
Yeah.
Because it's a catchy song.
It is a very popular move to punch Nazis.
Yeah.
So
should be.
Yeah.
That you should do.
That we can support. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Punch a Nazi when you can. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Punching a Nazi a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.